perspective of gender equality. Gender equality is a subject that I have been investigating for a few terms now. I have moved from reflecting on machine learning to women in the workplace, and more specifically in technology, but it's always been with the perspective of gender equality. This is a global issue, so when I'm asked about the community, it's not just a regional or a national problem. It really is a global problem. So when I started thinking about who are the members of this community, it really is anyone in the world that has done something, or any organization that has done something or has the power of doing something to improve the issue. I looked at leaders, political leaders, or organizational leaders, and also as I was doing my research, came across people that were not very known, but that have done incredible things from within their small place in the world. So any change that has been done can have a great impact. Some of the names are well known, like Malala. We all know her story, her tragic story, and how she overcame that to become a beacon of hope for a lot of women. Especially she fights for girls' education, which is where this inequality comes from. Girls, women not having access to education, to very basic things that all humans deserve. She is fighting for that because she understands that giving girls the power to be self-sufficient, to be just empowering them to know that they can do anything, will change their lives forever, and they can impact the life of others. So that is a great example of a person who is doing something to make this world a better place for women. But any of these women in the list, and any of the organization in the list, really all aim for that. And the power holders, one of the organizations I chose was AnitaB.org. I had the luck to be at a conference a few years ago, and it was just an incredible event. A lot of people, a lot of organizations. They also had a section for recruitment, where they were interviewing girls, women, people of different walks of life, people of different ages, any background, a lot of diversity. It was an event for women in technology, but this the Grace Hopper conference, but this was also attended by men. So even though it was geared towards women, the networking, it was an incredible networking opportunity for women, but it was also a great way to see. It's just the size of the event was a great example of what these organizations can do when they come together, and how they can give credibility to women in the workplace and women in technology. For justice system, I used the Vice President, Kamala Harris. She has not only been clear about how she wants to make this world a better place, but she has been so outspoken about equality and diversity for people of different genders, and again, being an interracial person, she understands the struggles for people from different walks of life. So I think that she's a person that has the power and the influence to make a change. Hopefully that is something that we can see in this term. Why did I choose these individuals or group? I chose Jakomba Jabia from Gambia. She started a group of girls in technology and robotics at the age of 16. In this country, she explains that some of the girls don't want to join the group because they find it challenging, while others do and excel, but they find a cultural resistance even from their own parents. So that to see someone like that do, even though this is not something that has had a great or a large impact throughout the world, is a great example of how someone with a good idea and a great intention can have an impact, can have a change that will hopefully ripple through the country and through the world. So seeing stories that are so minimal in a way but so great in others was something that really caught my attention and made me interested in continue to look for stories like this. The ex-president of Chile, her story is also incredible. Even though I hadn't heard her name and I knew of her achievements, I didn't realize that she was also a victim of torture from Pinochet's dictatorship. So when I learned and during this research, as I came across these stories and how these women got in power, but how what they went through in life and how they understand the perspective of the victims, just made me desire to continue to learn about these stories and learn about what they're doing. And how has the learning from my previous classes and this research helped me guide to choose these parties? Again, my previous research definitely taught me about the issue of gender equality. I also learned that during COVID, there were more women, the progress that women have done in the workplace actually regressed. And a lot of women were threatened by the fact, by the political influences, or more like the microaggressions or the fears that they had, that because they were women and they had to take care of their children, they fear that their peers would not see them with the same respect. So this is from the McKinsey and Company report. A lot of COVID had a terrible impact in the progress of gender equality. And we know that these women, even though some of them went through horrible things, it didn't break them. It just made them stronger and turned them into heroines. So that's why I chose those women and I chose those organizations, because they either have had an impact on me, or because they're doing so much that it's really obvious, and it's really important to have them represented in the list. How is this going to help me for my final project? So I definitely learn more about the issue anytime I expand my investigation on it. I definitely become a bit more aware of things that, even though I have come across them, I didn't realize the extent of it, or where it comes from. It helps me become part of the solution, and I hope to take different angles so that I can give a complete view of the problem. I think that gender equality is a problem that, as we know, and the numbers show, this is not something that is going away quickly. It is really bad in some places in the world. There are horrible things happening to women, but even in the US, this is not as bad. It still needs to be fixed and needs to be addressed, and we're still not done fixing this issue. Even though we talked about power in the community, some people can use power for evil or for the wrong purposes. Power can be a great thing, and when harnessed properly, this can help make the world a better place. Thank you.